Hi, Gisela. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm so excited to talk about your retreat experience in Peru, this transformational retreat. I'm first of all really keen to hear a little bit about who you are and why you decided to go on the retreat.
Thank you, Sunny. My name is Gisela Cerviño, and I'm an holistic integrative therapist. My main focus is in Mayan astrology, wisdoms through the Mayan calendar Solkin, and I accompany other people to remember what are their paths and to come back to their own peace, their heart, their true essence through many different holistic tools. Um, and it's been a journey. I was called to go to these beautiful retreats with you through a process of grief. That thank you because you have been guiding me. I've been going with you in my processes. And it was like literally, it was called to do this deep dive transformation that something needed to shift inside me. It was like, I don't know, I cannot explain it with words, but it's a higher calling, like your soul, all your soul feels it. And then it's divine timing or synchronicities, as you may call it, take you to, hey, this is opening for you. So would you like to? And that's like the call, like that's the door opening that it is for you to go do this inner work and do this shift. So I took the jump and said I want to take that leap of faith for my higher beingness, no? So I can better accompany others in their own personal journey but and also have I cannot always overgive, o sea, because I tend to, or I usually was, is the giving everything. So I needed to work first on my thing, so I can have more anchored roots and be more grounded to receive and be a more clean, open channel. So yes, I took that liberty and that free call from my heart, and I listened and I said yes.
And were you glad you said yes?
Absolutely. I am truly, truly grateful. It was the best decision I could ever made for myself. I see it in my day to day. I see it in my interaction with myself as I came back from Peru. It was deep. It was intense, yes, but it was the best that I could give myself. It was the best because I've seen how I respond in very different ways and forms in my day-to-day interactions in situations. Like I feel it's like I feel myself doing things differently, not acting but responding differently and from a different, more anchored, grounded, I don't know if more mature, but more they tell me that I'm more chill. I'm like, you see, more lighter, o sea, not from a place of survival, not from a place of anxiety, more more hopeful, more like paused, more like observant, like, okay, let's do this at a time, more calm, like more in my feminine, but with my masculine balance.
Amazing, amazing. That's I mean, they're really substantive, concrete changes that you've noticed. And you mentioned to me the other day that other people have commented on that about you as well, like, which is beautiful to have the external confirmation as well.
Exactly. So I see it. They have told me, and it's like, yeah, I feel it in my own. I don't know, in my own essence. Like, and
Mm.
they're like, Gisela, you're more cheerful. You're more happy. You have more glow. Yes, I see. Even though the world is falling apart, or there are certain situations, así de que, oh, but how I face the day to day is is truly different. It's truly different from another approach, from another more calm, positive, anchored. And also I feel it in my sessions. My sessions have been more powerfully, like they're being really good, like for the others, like they've been like amazing. That it's been like I have had more anchoredness and more being a wider open antenna for them, that they can open to themselves, to their own medicine.
That's beautiful.
Beautiful, beautiful sessions.
That's gorgeous. And so with the retreat itself, how did you find like the length of the retreat? Did you think that was, a good amount or too much? Or how did you find the length of the retreat?
I found the length of the retreat amazing. I think it was the right notch, the right timing, because it took us from a place of startup, like to unwind ourselves, to get accustomed to the area, to the medicine itself, to work properly. Those timings, like
Mm,
everything was really set up on the. I felt on the right timings, like gave us proper rest, integration, tuning on with ourselves, with the medicine, with the land, with ourselves, to take us in this process of, with everything we lived in the 10-day retreat. It was what we needed, because three sessions and a tabaco, yes, it was really well organized.
mm. And what how did you feel about taking ayahuasca before the retreat, and now how do you feel about ayahuasca now?
Totally different. I tell everyone that it's like not comparable at all. It was, I mean, is that I do like to go very, o sea, I didn't notice, but I really like to go deep. So for me, going for one session wouldn't be enough, because it's like one door opens to the door to the other ceremonies. So for me, I recommend to do the deeper work, because then you're left with that window open, right? So
Mm.
yeah, of course you can go get therapy with you or with others and integration, but it's not the same. So in Chihuahua, first of all, I always, and I have talked to you about this, I'm not called to do any medicine out of the hometown or home base of the plant medicine itself. So for me, that's very, very important too. The curandero or curandera, or the guide or the medicine woman that takes us, also as well, like with you, and not in the other one, the FIA, for example, that was super important for me. That is essential. That's very, very important for me, to have that connection and that feeling safe, secure, and really that seeing and feeling from her that she's doing her work, and she's very anchored and very like grounded to receive and hold this space with that medicine, with that powerful medicine, and in the number of days we received. So for me, I always felt contained, and I felt that if you do plant medicine, that it is at the home of the plant, at the house. And that I have been told that, and now I get it. I get that doing it in another part of the world isn't, because it's not from the origin. Let's go back to the origin. Let's go back to the source, where the ancestors, where the plant is talking to you, and she's working far more than what you're getting from in a foreign country, where it loses its power, where it loses its not magic, but its own power, medicine.
So it
Of
was really worth it to go to Peru for you.
course, yes,
Yeah.
totally, totally.
Yeah, yeah. And so, in terms of the retreat center itself, how did you find the setup, and how did you find the ceremonies and the space?
The retreats where we stayed in Iquitos, I loved it. It was amazing because most of the time we had it all to ourselves. So it was very quiet. The people were very gentle, very loving, kind, very supportive of what we were doing. I really like the space, nature, the water, the food was amazing. O sea, todo, all the service and all the program that you made for us was amazing. Was like right on the spot. And the place where we did the ceremonies was amazing as well. Was a great close place to where we went every day that we had to go for the ceremonies. It was very, like I said, very protective and hold and clean, safe, secure. O sea, I never felt like insecure or threatened or anything. So both places were amazing to have had that beautiful encounters with Aya and Abuelo Tabaco.
Mm.
Were amazing, good.
And how did you find the activities that were there to support the actual plant medicine experiences? How did you find the rest of the activities that
The
support?
activities that you shared were amazing too. I found them very well. Although for me, it was a time for other than my beautiful roommates or fellow sisters from the retreat. For me, it was for me like an unwinding, and for them, it was like waking their stamina or their energy. And for me, it was like, Gisela, we need you still. So for me, it was okay. See, let's go slow. The yoga was amazing because it helped me move certain emotions or certain muscles that were altered, moved a little in the ceremonies. I found very well the sauna experience. That was interesting, and the integration. I loved it with you. Like the that part that you gave us, integration and channeling. I loved it. That was very powerful for me, so I can focus on my intention each given ceremony, like, this is where I need to focus still more and continue working, and this is what Aya really wants me, like, other than seeing it through the images or the ceremony itself. This is what focus, this is what's opening up for you, no, like having a more clear objective.
Mhm. Yeah, 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 they're very powerful. That's great. And um, what did you think of the female shaman Thea, who you mentioned briefly before? But how did you find, working with her?
Amazing. She's so loving, so kind. She's a sun. Actually, she's a sun 3 in the Mayan calendar. Pero see, once you had already talked a lot about her, and then I was like, wow, I really want to meet her, no? O sea, and plus, you and I, that when we get to know people, we talk about it, and then we have that sensation that we feel the energy. So I'm like, once I met her, ping, it was like, wow. And it was through Zoom. I met her. I sensed her energy, very loving, very giving, very humble, very true to herself, with very integrative, very coherent, very aligned to what she's doing in this life mission, like very kind, open hearted, and grounded. Like she was always there for us and very like helping us in supporting and holding that space, like so amazing. I loved Tia. I loved all the work she's doing for humanity, for the collective, and opening that space for us and for others that do the dietas that go with her one on one or as group as us. Pero sí, she's amazing. One of a kind. I highly, highly recommend her.
Mhm. That's fantastic. And what was your favorite part of the retreat? Is it possible to?
I don't know. It was by parts. Everything was like it was a process like of many parts of rediscovering a part of myself that I didn't had many things came up. One of them is that I didn't have to run all the time or be moving myself to have results or to have something happening in my life that I could be still and that's sitting still in my feminine energy that everything will come on the right timing. Just sit and wait and observe. The other one, I got many messages. I love the fire. We did the ceremony with you with the fire, the opening. I really loved all the ceremonies. They were very intense for me, but loving. O sea, it was like wow. But I know now I see all the worth and all the value and all that I took out of it. I see it. Even though you're, oh my gosh, let's go again. Let's don't go time again. Let's see what's now this time what's gonna happen or what's gonna unfold where we're gonna open, no? Pero I really love the downtime we had, all the like we didn't had to go one thing to another, like we could like decide openly like yeah, how we felt, like sleeping or being our own bubble or in all the availability of that we were always supported with delicious food too, like with many beverages, very hydrated, very highly supported with you. Like you were always there, like, hey, if you need anything, just let me know. You were there, no? O sea, the place itself. Entonces, I really like that home bubble that we did in the 10 days, and I got many messages. Like one of them that it was like no money, no, and I told you that one, but no matter how many times your heart always needs to break many times, but you decide how many times o sea, you decide how you wish it to be broken, and like through suffering or through love, no, you decide how is it going to go through, but as it's breaking, it helps what release and let go anything that is opening for a new experience. It needs to vaciarse, it needs to empty itself to receive and be open for a new experience, no? New experiences, not just romantic.
Beautiful, beautiful. And how did you find the day trip up the Amazon the first day?
It was perfect. I think it was perfect being in the beginning, the ceremonies. I think it was well aligned. For me, I was very sensitive before because I think already Aya was already talking to me, so I was working a lot in that day trip. So it was I found it uniquely perfect in that day, and it was very amazing to connect with the ancestors of the Amazon and the monkeys and have that time also for ourselves.
Yeah, and the arbolus, and I think you swung off a
Oh
tree.
yeah, swang. I was swinging from one like Tarzan. It was fun. I really enjoyed it.
Well,
It
that's
was everything.
so. Do you think you got out of the retreat what you came for or what you intended?
I didn't know what I was gonna get out of it. Really, I didn't know the impact or how deep I was gonna go. I know that it all depends on how you unfold and how you open yourself to. Pero wow, I think I did hit the spot of like totally different. O sea, it I did it did gave me a really impactful push, an impactful move in a good sense. Like for my own evolution. It's así.
Amazing.
So,
And would you recommend the retreat?
of course, I would love and recommend it to anyone who is willing to do that inner work and profound, deep work with themselves and let themselves see what there's for them to uncover, to release, to let go, to see beyond those veils that we cannot see simply with other tools or immersed in our day to day, no? To like retreat yourself and go there with yourself in your cave and let's put down the veils and let's get to work.
Amazing. Amazing. Thank you so much for your time. I
Oh,
appreciate
you're welcome.
it.
It's a
I'm
pleasure.